Oh, nice. I was going to say, I wonder what happened. We're broadcasting by the way. Just in case you wondered. Are you in? Are you in? Still waiting for a couple of people. I think there's only 15 here, so. Yeah, like I was saying, you went silent as soon as I said that. I was one horse off winning 800 grand. 800 grand. One horse. Yes, I know. It's alright. I lost. Always do. Right, ladies and gents, we are just waiting for everyone to get into the lobby, and then we'll be getting started. Go spectator, Hayden.
Whoopsie! Don't blame me, I was on Twitter. Blame Twitter. Twitter's fault. That's a nice little thing that Xbox told me that you just started broadcasting, even though I think you already have. Nice down there. What? Just hold on. For some reason it's not. It's an invite. Why am I not?
Hoping that they didn't boot you. That's why I sent the tweet out though, so they could see that it was you. Oh, you're back in now.
It says spectate anyway.
Right, we're going. We'll go in, I'll just... Right, when it loads up, I'll just do the intro. And then we'll get into it. This is a famous track for you, Hayden. Esports ready. Esports ready.
Can't quite remember what happened in the race. Maybe because I wasn't in the race.
Oh, pardon me, apologies. Just get get rid of that for copyright. Copyright purposes.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. It's fun. It's nice. It's new. It's fresh. Oh wait, I like the logo.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the F1 League Season 7, Round 2 from Bahrain. Some of you may be wondering why we're at Bahrain. So, just to clarify, we are running the official 2018 F1 calendar, and as Bahrain is the second race, that's why we're running Bahrain. So, usually I'm joined in the commentary box by Josh, but sadly he can't make it this week, so I have a special guest with me. He is Hayden.
Hello.
How you doing, Hayden?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to being back in the comms box, and for the first time with you as well. So it should be a good laugh.
It should be good. So
that's what it should be. Just a laugh.
So the big news this week is obviously that there is last week's race winner, T.O. Leopard, is not here. He's currently sunning himself on a sunbed somewhere. Whoa, luckily for him. So this is an ample opportunity for the likes of Feisted and Silent Mole, who finished second and third respectively behind Leopard last week, to gain big points on him. If they can, especially with points being given out for qualifying in the F1 League, it could be all important as we go further along that they are ahead of him. So I am on board with Cameron Wins. I think he is the first one out. Let's go and see what tyre everybody's on. Everybody is obviously on the super soft tyre.
Everyone should be on the supers.
They are indeed. So, as we know, Hayden, this track is a one-stop if you're good on your tyres. Just for entertainment's sake, I'm hoping we get a puncture or two, because it is very easy to get a puncture around here.
Or even the very best can get punctures. If you can remember back at the F1 Esports sort of free race series that AOR did back in November, even the likes of Tiro 11's got a puncture. So it can happen to anyone.
I know Flying Finn, the three-time AOR champion, has also got punches twice around Bahrain, so it's very easily done. But you expect most people to go super soft medium. There might be the odd two-stop. It all depends. But this track is well known. It's always going to be good for some action, this track. Plenty of overtakes to be had.
Yeah, there's a lot of long straights leading into sort of hairpins as Cameron has gone wide at the notoriously difficult turn 10 hairpin.
I really don't like that corner, I'm not gonna lie. That is a really tough corner, because you've got to turn, you've got to brake, change gear all at the same time. It's really tough.
Yeah, it's off camera as well, so that makes it even more difficult.
Right, I'm gonna stick up.
You've got to pretty much brake in the straight line, pretty much try and get to the outside curb, and then just let it drift and sort of glide it around, hitting the apex. So it's pretty much the best way to get around the corner. If you try and brake all the way up to the apex, you're going to struggle.
Cameron actually sets a 132. I actually thought he would have invalidated his lap. I'm on board with Brandy here. Silent Mole, last year's
that is a very quick time.
Season 6 champion. As Feisty goes quicker, 28.2. As Brandy comes and does a 28.9. So,
we've got some
and then
very
LK,
quick drivers there.
Oh, there we go. Melanie, 28.5. Some of these guys could well be pushing into the 27s. As Reynolds, 28.4. So if you're looking at those lap times, really, top 5, split by 5/10. Not much at all. And it's the guys we expected to be up there. Feisty Ted, who qualified on pole qualified second last week. Silent Mole, last season's champion. Reynolds, always quick. And obviously the new guys of Melanie and LK. LK obviously finished 4th last week, so we know he is quick. So some very good marker time set down there.
Cameron decides that one lap of his is enough, and he's
In the
just
wall.
retired from the session.
No, he's not. He's
Oh,
in
so he
the
actually
wall.
hit the
If you
wall?
go in the wall, he has
Oh.
lost 2 tyres, well and truly. Don't know if
Oh, I
he'll-
didn't even notice he had hit the wall.
Yeah, he's gone off. There's a stay on board with Jork here. So he comes up to set his lap in the Sauber. Jork, another guy who quietly very efficient, got the pace. He's always in and about the top 5, especially last season. He's just AI'd there though. That's not going to help him.
Yeah. He might have made a mistake at turn 1, possibly.
So I'm on board with the amazement now. I think you're season 5 F1 League champion.
Just behind his teammate. Going past. Coming into the last corner.
Gave a bit of slipstream there as well. So may gain a bit of pace from that. Crosses the line. What can the amazement do? P6, 28.7. Look at that, top 6, 5/10. It is close.
Sure is, and we're still the likes of Sims, Jork, and EVR all rounder as well to set their fastest laps as well. So you can see the top 10 all being within a second for sure.
Definitely. Everyone's showing their cards quite early on here in this this qualifying session. As I'm going to stay on board with Sims, who's currently on his out lap, but he may well only be going for one run. Yeah. Or coming in after a lap. So I'm sure LK and Amazement will be coming in, so we'll stay on board with Sims here. So, Hayden, obviously, first time you've commentated on this league. Thoughts so far?
They're quicker than me, so they're good drivers, very good drivers. And I'm looking forward to the race as well. Should be an interesting one, as the sole Ferrari of Sims this week is about to start his lap.
Let's see if he can get anywhere near the top 6. There's a couple of drivers start streaming out for their second runs. We'll stay on Sims. We'll stay on board with Sims. This is probably going to be his only run.
Yeah, he's made sure he's got a clear track as well while everyone else is in the pits or on out lap, so he won't get blocked during this lap.
He might not get the best track conditions, as in, obviously we know he gets faster as the session gets on, but like you say, he's going to have a clear track, so he shouldn't have anyone getting in his way.
It's very little gains towards the end, so there's going to be very little benefit to going 2 minutes later than Sims gone now. So overall, it won't make much difference. And to be fair, Sims has done quite a decent lap so far.
Yeah. See if he can get
coming into the last corner.
Get a good exit out of this final corner. Yeah, does well. Keeps it. Oh no, he obviously didn't like it. He's coming in.
I think he might have invalidated that.
So we've got
just in the S section.
CK.
I think.
He's about to start his lap. CK, the Flying Scot. Sadly, he's always doesn't quite get the look in these F1 races. We know he's quick, but it never quite
We've got
works out.
Also F1 Ban and Justin Werner just behind, also starting their laps as well.
Is F1 Ben who's behind him? F1
Yeah.
Ben. F1 Ben, okay, so we'll
27 for CK.
stay on board with CK and then we'll quickly flick over to watch the other two as they come across the line for the second runs. These guys
And
will
it's
obviously
quicker than CK.
These guys will obviously all be hoping that they can get into the 28s. They've hit a busy bit of lot of traffic though here. I don't think CK got slowed up too much though. So he comes
27 for Scott.
comes to the end of the second sector. Red Bull gets out of his way. Can he improve as he comes to the comes towards the final corner? He set a 29.5. Can he get into that magic 28? Let's see. As he gets on to start finish straight. Opens the DRS. He improves, but only by 0.2. F1 Ben. He jumps up to 6th. Brilliant F1 Ben. 28.6. Jurassic Inferno comes across the line. Doesn't improve, but he has enough fuel. As Sims is retired in the pits.
Jurassic improved by almost a second there. Ben, that's a very quick time for the hatch driver.
And then he retires. I'm on board with LK here, who's just coming through the end of the second sector. One to look out for, a quick driver who's joined the league this season. Finished 4th last week. Was in that battle all race for 3rd, for 2nd position. Didn't quite get on the podium. Can he get on the front couple of rows here? Comes across the line. 28.2. Brilliant lap. Go on board with.
First has just started his lap.
Go on board with Silent Mo.
Okay.
Coming through the final corner.
Yeah. Checkered flag is out.
Silent second. Another 28.2.
12,000. Separating Silent Mo. Bias is dead. 1st and 2nd.
Feisty Tez retired. He obviously seems to think he has got pole. I'm on board with EVR Reynolds. He's coming down there straight towards the penultimate corner. Can he grab pole off Ted? Melly, look how close these guys are. As Reynolds crosses the line and he gets pole by 4,000ths of a second. What's a lap from Reynolds? Can anyone else?
It is a 10th. It is a 10th between the top 5. The Amazement is on that.
Yeah, I'm on board with the Amazing. Unbelievable pace from those top 5 guys.
Jiggly's gone 6th. 3.5 attempts back from Reynolds.
So stayed on board with Amazement here as he comes down the straight towards the towards the final corner. Sorry. Can he?
I think he's improving so far.
Can he put himself in the mix?
Got through the last corner, done well.
26, 27, 28. That was a 28.9. He's 7.
He did improve.
He did improve. I think he got 28.5. That was. Just look at that. Look at the top 5. 88 thousandths between the top 5. Unbelievable pace from the top 5 guys.
Was 2,000ths of a second quicker than Brandy in 7th and 8th.
If you look
that's
at
the difference, really. It's
if you look at the top, 11, there is 8 tenths between the top 11. That is unbelievable pace from these guys. So tight. Brilliant qualifying, really exciting. So, Aidan, thoughts on who could be today's race winner?
I mean, it could be anyone really. Out of the top 5, definitely. Maybe someone go for an interesting 2, so that might find a way with clear air to catch the time back. But I honestly can't call it.
if I'm going to sit my neck out, I'm going to sit my neck out, because I'm going to go for one of the newer guys, maybe Melanie or LK, to get their maiden victory. You obviously can't look past Silent Mole, last season's champion, and obviously Feisty Ted, who's always ridiculously quick. But I'm going to say one of the new guys, Melanie or LK, are going to do the business today and win this race. But obviously we shall see, as there is a formation lap, I think. Yes, there is.
Yes. So, from the top 5, it literally could be anyone from the top 5, I'd say. And we've got a few people going very slowly and very wide through turn 1. Interesting. We seem to have quite a lot of people going very slowly on this formation map. Whereas you've got a Red Bull and a Force India just wanting to get this formation map done. They're in a race between Jiggly, IK and Melanie. They just want to, when they get to the end of this formation lap, just start the race really. Because it is a bit annoying just to wait around while you've done a lap and then you see some guys literally just tiptoe their way around the track and almost take the mickey out of it.
Apologies, I just went for a comfort break there. Doesn't look like they've come.
Oh, don't worry. CK's literally just got out of the first sector, so
No,
you've got a long time.
No surprise.
You could have made a cup of tea.
Yeah, I might do.
If you want, you can make me. If you want, you
I
can
can get myself
make me
another
one as
drink.
well. 2 sugars, please. As we've got CK and who's the sample? So that's Silent Mole.
Speeding up
Silent
now.
Mole deciding to be the snails in this train.
That's it, nice. Is that all-rounder in front of them? It is all-rounder.
I think it's a
Toro Rosso, all-rounder. Right, let me just get up. This is an interesting one, I forgot to do this. We'll get up what everyone's tyres are on. So, obviously the top 10 are all on super softs. And then some interesting strategies further down the field. We've got Zinker on softs, we've got all-rounder on mediums, we have CK on super softs, we've got Drastic Inferno on softs, Cameron on super soft, and Sims starting at the back on mediums. So you've got to expect all-rounder and Sims to be doing the one-stop for sure.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't count out Sims in this race. If you can get through the field in the first couple of laps and sort of hitch onto the back of the super front instead of near the front, being on the fastest tire at the end, he might be in a shout of good position here.
He has done the one-stop round here before, won a race, so we know he can do it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to go on board with. Let's go on board with Silent Mole at the front for the start of this race. As it obviously, as we know, it's a very tight first corner here, so there could be. Oh my God, I'm in the trees. Right, 4 lights, 5 lights.
Yeah,
and
change that.
Where we go.
We're off.
Oh, Reynolds got a good start, but so did Feisty Ted. Feisty Ted's going to have the inside line here into turn 1.
I think Feisty Ted's going to go for it. He does.
The Red Bull?
Does the Red Bull. So Melanie. I think.
Melanie.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a lot of lag, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
But Ted
I also
has
have to lag
taken
as
the
well.
lead.
Oh, that's Amazement and... Is that Sims? No, that's Gesture and Zinker.
Guess
And
who's
both
in amazement at
had
the back.
it.
I'm going to go back at the front. So, Feisty Ted had, a bit like he did last week, managed to get the lead from P2 on the grid as he jumped Leopard last week. He's jumped Reynolds, but Silent Mole's right behind him, and they're followed by Melanie as well.
Jork is gaining 5 places from the start.
Yeah, Jork up to 5th. He's all round against his first penalty. That's very quick, very early. There's not many corners gone there.
Jigglypuff's lost 7 places from the start. It's not good for the 4-stage driver. As who was that? As all rounders are already retired. He's just I think he's got front wing damage. Yeah, he's got front wing damage. And just give it out.
Yeah, I think he did that. He did the same last week. He got front wing damage last week and retired. Not feel a bit sorry for all rounder because obviously he won AOR tier 2 last week. His 5 gets 6 the fastest lap as expected. This season he's really not had any luck on this new game. He seems to be maybe not off the pace, but doesn't quite get some wing damage and races don't quite go his way. So hopefully for him, he can turn it around. Yeah, turn it around. Because we all know he's a quick driver. So at least
he is a quick driver, but sometimes it's not a case of you might get a little bit of front wing damage, but that ruins your complete the whole strategy that you wanted to do. So you almost have no chance of getting a good result then.
So as we sorry, to the end of towards the end of on the back straight of lap 2, Feisted is still winning from about 5/10 ahead of maybe on Reynolds. Silent Mole is all over the back. Sorry, got confused there because I thought Silent Mole was really so close. He is really close. And then Melanie in 4th. Obviously Jorg, the big winner so far. Other than Drastic Inferno as well, who's gone up 5 places, and Sims. Like we said, he's gone up 5 places as well. He's going longer on this first hit, so he is in prime position. He can latch on to CK and Drastic Inferno. He is ultimate winner. Oh, look at the train. The train down. The train is real. Going down this first straight. It's going to be tough for them to pass down that straight, especially as everyone have slipstream and DRS.
Yeah. This train's kind of all the way back to F1 Ben, almost, and they sort of all about a 1 second between each other, all the guys. So
Silent Mole runs right a bit. What I will say is Silent Mole is starting, the top 3 is starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Melanie in 4th, as he's 1.4 seconds behind Silent Mole. They're saying that now, Ted is also
activated. He's out of DRS. Melanie is on Silent Mole, so it's going to make it even harder for Melanie to close in on that gap.
See if Jock past him now. But like I said, now Reynolds is equally out of DRS range from Reynolds, obviously from Feisty Ted, so it's going to be tough. 1.2, so Ted is starting to pull the gap here. Let's see if he can get away. I think
Melanie's dropped down to 8.
Did he have a spin? I didn't see that. I mean, Jock
I didn't see anything.
Up to 5th.
It's got no damage.
Maybe he ran wide a little bit towards the end of the second sector. Easy to do. So who's that? That is Brandy overtaking LK into the first turn.
Brandy on the inside.
He's LK.
He's got it.
Yeah, LK had the space for turn 2 and 3 there.
Brandy might have a look. I think it's better a bit.
So we've kind of Ted Ted again is obviously, like we said, he's starting to pull this gap on Reynolds and Silent Mole, who are kind of together, and then there's a little bit of a gap back to Mole's teammate Joe. This is, well, we'll say currently, as it stands, this is brilliant points for Sauber in the constructors.
Sims going down the inside of Jurassic, sorry to butt in, but Sims just got past Jurassic for 10th.
Yeah, just seen that Jurassic is right behind him though here, isn't he? No, he thinks better of it.
Right. That's good for the Ferrari driver. Now into the points. Next up for him, CK.
Yeah, let's see if he can catch with CK. I was going to say, he obviously mentioned him as a outsider at the start, and he's already up 6 positions, 10th. He's obviously on the harder compound of tyres, so it'll be interesting to see how far he can get up the field, and how far he can pull it out.
It gets to the point where the mediums will come past the tyre when the superstars drop off as well. Performance.
I'm on board with
Brandy's now in. Yeah, he's got DRS into the slipstream. Looks to the inside. Makes the corner, and Brandy's going to do the same thing again. Hold it around the outside. A little bit of wheel contact, but they're now side by side going into turn 4. Who's going to have the better run? They're looking neck and neck. As Brandy's got the inside line. Holds off. Okay.
This has actually allowed F1 Ben to catch up with these as well. He's right behind them.
It sure has. Sure has. As Ben's made a little mistake in the S section. Dropped off a little bit, but he's still within. Still almost within DRS now. That's not a mistake. As LK's got good run out of the last corner.
Ben,
last corner? Sorry,
Ben,
hairpin.
Turn 10. Ben nearly lost it behind them. No, I don't think so. I feel like this back straight isn't really long enough for an overtake unless you are really, really close to them coming out of turn 10.
Yeah.
You're not really going to get the move done.
You have to be right under the gearbox of the car, otherwise it's very close. I think they feel very close. Silent Mole is all over the back of Eva Reynolds.
But I think he's going to go for it inside on the turn 1. It's good to see the slipstream is actually in effect this week, because last week it was not. Sure, so it's good to see that.
Reynolds tries to cut back to try and get a better run to maybe have a look here into turn 4. No, I think better of it. It's very close to the back end of that Sauber. It's very close, but very clean and fair running so far.
Melanie, sorry to butt in, Hayden. Melanie has got past F1 Ben, so after his mistake, Ben must have made a mistake somewhere, and it's let Melanie back up into 7th. He was in 5th, 4th
just
rather.
Missed Sims get past CK as well. It's action all the way through the fields in tonight's race.
Oh, I'm
awesome
loving
stuff.
these. I'm loving these helicopter shots. So, I've said it once and I'll say it again. They are beautiful. So Sims, our dark horse for the race, with a good finish today, is up to 9th already on those medium tyres. He is already starting to make them work. So watch out for him in the latter stages. Let's go back on board with LK's dropped a bit from Brandy here. But then obviously Reynolds is really has to go through the final turn. Reynolds is close to Salomon, but it looks like Salomon is starting to pull a gap here. But saying that, look how far Ted is in front already. 2.4 seconds.
Reynolds is going to have a look. I think it's better a bit. I think he wants to try and just follow Silent Mole and try and catch up to Feisty Ted. It was just smart move from Reynolds there.
Yeah, you've got to think they've got to work together, because if not, they are losing. If they continue to battle, they're just going to lose more and more time to fight Ted, and it's going to let him get away.
That's when you have to pick and choose your moves. You've got to think of the overall race, not just that corner just ahead. You've got to think, do I make a move now, or do I wait until later on into the race when I might actually have a chance for a win?
LK had a little sneaky look on Brandy there. Sorry, Cameron's also first person to pit. Changed onto the softs.
And that was just second stop. No, my bad. No, it was his first. He has gone on to the softs. Yes.
Soft tyre. Don't know what he started on. I think he started on that tyre. Correct me if I'm wrong. He might have started on the same soft.
I can just double check here.
I'm going to stay on board with LK, the battle for 5th here. LK and Brandy.
Cameron's on the super softs. So he's going to go for a 2-stop. Okay, not going in the search for Brandy. Interesting.
No, Brandy went very defensive there. That was interesting. As soon as they got onto the straight, he moved across to the right to try and defend, which was interesting.
Even with DRS, Brandy. Okay, didn't really gain on Brandy. So
No.
Brandy looks to have quite a low downforce setup for this track compared to LK, and it may pay dividends in this race.
They are definitely the closest battle on track at the moment, as Reynolds starting to slowly drop back from Silent Mole. Not by much, but a little bit.
Pit stops around, I think, lap 8 to 10, so you might see some people try and do the undercut on this lap. Maybe Reynolds might try the undercut, or Silent Mole on 5 to 10, because at the moment there's a couple of seconds gap between most of the drivers. But that one for 5th and 2nd.
Yeah, so you've got to think that some of these guys further down the field might take a gamble. Obviously, this could risk a puncture towards the end of the race. Obviously, they've got to go on those medium tyres for 21, 22 laps, but
as fast as 10 pits to start.
There we go. The leader pits. He's the first one to take the gamble. He wants that undercut. We'll see where he comes out.
He doesn't want to be overtaken by the undercut, so he's gonna force everyone's hand. But will Ted's tyres last till the end? That's the question.
He's got to do 21 laps on those tyres. They will be well and truly screamed by the end. As he comes out in 9th, that means the other medium runner, Sims, who started in 16th, is now up to 7th. Great job from the Ferrari driver, holding the fort with Leopard sunning himself this week. So going to get some good points. LK and Brandy are still locked together here in this battle for now. It's P5. No, P4, sorry. My apologies. Interesting to see who pits next. Will all these top guys pit, or will some of them maybe try and push it an extra lap, just so the tyres are fresher at the
end? The drop off in performance on the tyres is quite big towards the end of the stint, so you might see quite a few drivers pitting this lap, as we see Simon and Reynolds both coming to pits, as Reynolds is side by side with Simon in the pit lane. Right,
that's it. So the only person to stay out so far is Jork on those super soft tyres.
That was because Simon was in pits to begin with.
Yeah.
Step behind his teammate.
So your effective race leader
just
here.
Ahead. Reynolds as well.
Your effective race leader here, when
comes out,
is Sims. Obviously, CK, the wild Scotsman, has decided to stay out. He always loves pushing the boat out for CK. But
getting the TV time. Feisty Ted's kept his advantage over Simon and Reynolds. Maybe gained about half a second as well.
Yeah. The other guys, they've not really lost much time to each other. I think LK's actually lost out a little bit to Brandy.
Yeah, F1 Benz jumped LK in the pit.
Well, obviously, F1 Ben's doing the 2-stop, because no offence to Ben, he's not great on his tyres. We know he's going to have to stop again, so
And
really, he's not really effective in this
underfueled as
battle.
well. That's the thing. You got people doing the two-stop that will affect one-stop drivers. So Feisty Ted's already onto the back of CK, and it's like he's already gained 2 seconds on the Flying Scott as he goes a bit defensive into the last corner. Maybe CK's going to go for the pits. Is he? Yeah.
CK, oh,
yeah,
that was interesting. That could have been a bit interesting. So Sims is your new leader. He has obviously yet to be started on the moving tyres. He is 6 seconds ahead of Feisty Ted. Second. Might be a little bit of a tough ask for him to get a top 5, but he could definitely get some solid points. As Brandy is LK, sorry, has got past Ben. He's going around the outside of turn 3. Ben's on the inside. Melanie is also there.
Ben's going for the move. It's now bringing Melanie into this fight as well as LK is sort of on the inside. Things might get switched back to make a move down into his head, and Ben goes defensive. LK goes to the other side, and Melanie thinks of the move. Just wants to stuck in behind. Now Ben is causing a major headache for these two drivers behind him in their own race. As Drastic has let Brandy past, who is the only person to not pit other than Sims. So actually all the way down the field is LK has gone down the inside of Ben.
Ben's got the switchback here. He's going to have the inside line going to the final corner. He's already passed him. This is not good for LK and Melanie. Ben is literally on a completely different strategy, holding him up. Ben, we know Ben, he's not going to give anything. He's going to make them worth it. Ben is squeezing him into the wall. Nearly did a Schumacher Barrichello moment there, but LK has got the move done. Yeah. But Ben's got a good drive out of that corner. Then it's all over the back of him.
So the bottom of this was lots of action between Silent Miles and Reynolds. They've been changing position twice in the past lap or so as well.
As Ben has got past LK again. LK tries it into the first first part of the S's, but can't quite get it done. No inches given at all here. If I was Melanie, I would just sit back and relax. I would sit back and relax and just enjoy what I'm seeing. And if they end up touching each other, he is there to pick up the pieces.
It's going to look down the inside here. Ben's going to get another switchback. He's going to
around the outside.
There's big contact with the wheels. And
Jesus, Ben!
There's been some late contact, I think, or something
there.
But
Melanie as well.
On my screen, Ben did kind of just go into the path of LK there.
Sadly for Ben, that's the end of his race. So these two have really caught up to Jurassic Inferno as well. As Jurassic Inferno wisely moves out the way.
No, he doesn't. He's just parked it on the apex. He's
that's allowed LK must be fuming.
His teammate through.
Oh,
team orders. No, and then he's got a drive legal overtake there, I think.
Yeah.
And he's
oh my lord, this is tight.
Locked his teammate, and now LK's alongside. This is awesome stuff.
There for them, for the teammates and for LK. But LK has lost out in all of that. Bit of Red Bull team orders coming in.
Multi 21, it's all over again.
So obviously we've been staying on board with this battle for 7th, but like Hayden's mentioned, Reynolds is still all over the back of
They've also caught up to 5 as well. Even while fighting in this race, Simon and Reynolds have got much more pace than 5 does on these mediums.
This is good for him. It seems like Reynolds, as I say this, is going to overtake him, but it didn't seem like they were fighting each other, which obviously means they are gaining.
They are fighting, they're side by side.
Yeah.
Through turn 1 again.
And up to turn 4. Stefan Ben has left the session. Well, interesting to see if there now will be 0 slipstream thanks to Ben leaving.
Let's wait and see, but just checking the gap from the leader. If Sims was to pit now, he'd be in the fight with Melanie and Elko in 7th and 8th.
And he will be on much fresher and quicker tyres. So
yes.
But obviously Sims isn't going to pit for probably another 5 laps or so. 5-6 laps.
No,
so
pit lap 19 or so.
Yeah, he's got to make.
But
if he can stay out in the lead,
yeah,
until that pit stop, he is with a good chance of maybe sneaking into the top 5 at the end of the race.
Yeah, that battle between F1 Ben, Melanie and Elko has helped out Sims a lot. Because those guys have put some more wear into those tyres than they may have needed to try and, while battling with each other, to make Sims keep around that 22-second gap and maybe jump them in pits. So Reynolds decided to pull away from start mile here.
Yeah, I was just about to say
now
that.
He's finally got past.
I went back on board with him and I was about to say he's starting to pull a little bit of a gap. Obviously still just under halfway, just over halfway here. And this is the middle lap of the race. Say, look at that.
Reynolds just pulls away.
Must be really sorry.
Was it?
My tide must be really low wings.
Well, the silent mile wasn't in rich. Down that straight. It's just keeping it in standard.
Maybe saving the fuel for later in the race. Maybe I need to actually.
Everyone's around one, sort of between half a lap and 1.5 laps up on fuel, up on Maidman, Gertz, who are on like 2.5 laps, but everyone's sort of very similar in terms of fuel, so there's going to be a lot of fuel management now.
Just to note, Feisty Ted is starting to catch Sims here. Sims's tyres are starting to slowly go off. It was 3 seconds a lap or so ago, and it's now down to 2 seconds. He's got to just keep those tyres for another 3 or 4 laps, and then he'll be on those super soft tyres, and he'll be on to a winner.
Particularly he's now within DRS range of Plastic. Might not be close enough for a move going into turn 1, but
we'll stay on board here.
Battle brewing up here.
That's it, we've currently got about 3 battles going on. We've got Reynolds and Silent Mole. We've got Melanie and Elko.
I can't say that name.
Zinka. Just call him Zinka.
We'll call him Zinka. He's set the fastest lap by over a second, I think. Almost a second gains, but he's now on second pit stop already. He's going to be out of the running for points.
sorry, Hayden. Ben has already said something in the chat about, well, GGLK, great battle, but thanks for the contact, mate. And I've just replied, it was lag, because we were on board with that. It was definitely lag. LK didn't do anything.
There was a bit of lag, and there was also a bit of. I thought that Ben sort of went.
And then again, a little bit of a lag incident. It's drastic. Looked like Jiggly may have touched him, but on our screen there was no contact. So that's definitely lag. I think Jiggly has also recorded it as well. As LK started to drop back a little from Melanie, going back on board with the closest battle, which is Son of Mole and Reynolds. Strassic's also lost another position to Amazement. Sorry, Hayden.
Yeah, the battle between LK and Ben's now showing its signs. With LK struggling to keep up with Melanie now in the latter stages of the race.
Sorry, Hayden, but Sims. Ted has caught right onto the back of Sims. He is in DRS range. Sims pits. Sims has pit. Interesting to see what tyre he goes on. You've got to think he might go on the soft tyre.
He might go on the soft, yeah.
But still, have a bit more pace than these guys.
Soft.
We'll stay on board with Sims, see where he comes out. Yeah, he's gone on the soft tyre. So, will he? He's going to come out.
Brandy's just going past the pits.
Oh, it's going to be tight. So he's going to come out inside that. He's going to come out just behind that battle. Melanie and LK. If Sims gets his acting,
he's just behind.
He could get a top 5 here. He's on the faster tyre. Those guys' tyres are going to go in off second sector. What's happened there? Can't see anything. Obviously, with
it's Zinka.
12 laps to go.
He's gone wide towards the end of the sector, and I think he's just crashed on purpose. He just drove into the wall and said, "I've had enough."
It's game over. So now we have 12 races left. We still have this battle for P2 between Reynolds and Mole. I would keep an eye on Sims in 8th. We just pitted onto fresh set of soft tyres.
Sims is 2 seconds behind LK.
He's already bringing the gap down as well. He could well catch. Brandy might be a push, but he could easily catch Melanie when his tyres get up to temperature.
I think that'd be something that would be better implemented for next year's game. Actually having a bit more colder tyres on the start of your stint, so there's a bigger difference in performance. Because I think that would cause a nice change in terms of racing as well.
Yeah, you really have to think about what you do with your tyres rather than...
You can't push too much on your outlap, otherwise you wear out your tyres too much, and then you lose your performance by the end of the stint. I think that'd be a nice little touch. That should be added.
So, just looking onto the championship.
Sims was already getting a second this lap.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time. He's already in DRS now. I'm going to go on board with him.
Just outside DRS. Literally 1.01 of a second behind that. Okay, that was how close it was.
He's going to have DRS as they come down the main straight though. Right, just a little bit off the race is obviously Feisty Ted would obviously be if he wins this race. He'll obviously get 25 points, 3 points for 2 points for second.
No, Reynolds got pole.
Yeah, so he'll get 27 points. So he'll be on to 47 points in the championship, which means dear old Leopard would already be 19 points behind, which is a big gap. He's got got to hope that someone else has been. Because Silent Mole is obviously in third. He'll get.
Sims just passed LK. Straight about in. Sims got past LK going into turn 1. LK would be foolish to try and make another win on Sims.
If I was LK, I would actually try and stick with Sims as much as I can and get him to drag me back up towards Melanie.
Yeah, try and get DRS off Sims here. And then while those two sort of battle for half a lap or so, try and stick with the DRS again. And it might be all over Melanie in a couple of laps time as battles again between Sidemar and Reynolds. Or there's some sort of lag or something. No, I think just lag maybe, but Reynolds is now 1.1 seconds behind Fighter Ted here at the front. That gap closed down from pretty much 3 seconds at the start of the stint to now under a second. We might have a 3-way fight for the win.
Yeah, and sorry to be complicated. Sims is half a second off Melanie here already. He's pulled a second gap.
He's going to have a move, he's going to have a go.
Yeah.
He's got to the inside.
It's an easy move for Sims.
Melanie with a cutback.
No.
But Sims got way better traction.
Melanie's not going to, doesn't look like Melanie's giving up here. Is he going to go for a move now? Oh yes, the helicopter shots. Sorry, but they are beautiful. They are beautiful. Right, let's see if Sims can.
Oh, it's now less than a second. Reynolds has DRS on Ted. Ted is having to run and lean. As he
9 laps
hasn't got
to go.
much fuel left.
Sorry, 8 laps to go.
Reynolds and Salomon will have around about a lap extra of fuel, whereas Ted has next and no extra fuel. So Ted's in fuel safe mode, but he can't really afford to because he's going to lose more time to Reynolds and Salomon behind. It's just a nice little battle.
Yeah, you viewers are in for an absolute treat going into these last 7-8 laps or so, with the top 3 split by just about a second here. Ted is going to have to do some incredibly defensive driving if he wants to keep this win. Because he would obviously go top of the championship if things stayed how it was. Just to note, Sims has already caught half a second on Brandy in half a lap, so he could be well on for a top 5 here. What we'll say, Jork, we've not really spoke about him.
No, he's run
a solid race, up 6 positions into 4th.
Yeah.
He's got to be pretty happy with how his race has gone.
Yeah. You could almost say like a Kimi Räikkönen, sort of just a bit quiet in the race, just doing his thing, and silently getting results. It doesn't matter how you get the results. The main thing is the points at the end of the day. So he's done a very good race today.
As Sims has already caught up a second on Brandy.
More like between Reynolds and Starlight. But the gap between first and third is now 1.1 seconds. It's anyone's game, this is.
As we head on to lap 23 of this Bahrain Grand Prix. Race 2 from season 7. Anybody's guess who's going to win this race out of these top 3. There's nothing between them right now. The only thing that is in Reynolds and Sanamor's favour is that they have a lap's fresher tyres than Ted did, as Ted obviously pitted a lap earlier than these boys. Sorry, Sims, oh my lord. He's 1.1 second behind Brandy. He's caught 2 seconds up in a lap.
Okay, he's now back within half a second of Melanie as well. It's all kicking off.
So it's that Sims has kind of helped LK a little bit here.
Yeah.
Catch it. Just got to think that Sims is going to get past here, either on this back straight, if not on the home straight. He's close enough now. Could he even, this is the unthinkable, could he even have a stab at Jork in 4th? I know he's 8 seconds behind, but we've just seen he's caught 3 seconds in 2 laps. So it is doable.
Yeah, it's a big stretch.
It's a big ask, but stranger things have happened. As just to note, Reynolds has dropped off from Feisty Ted a little bit, giving him a little bit of breathing room.
So Ryan decides to leave now. Interesting. Maybe
As
this going
Sims, here we go.
Maybe
Sims
now
on
there's
Brandy.
no
There we
Oh, very deep into that corner beast. Brian has
No, he's
gone for the
lost
front
it.
track and he's made it move, made it stick.
Sims went a little bit too deep there and lost out a little bit. This could be a bit detrimental to him having any chance of 4th position, but go back on board with Silent Mole, who's right behind Reynolds. Towards the end of lap 24 of this race. Still all to play for in this top 3.
Sim's got a really good run. Doesn't have.
No, he's gonna go. He's close now.
No.
If I was him, I'd just stick behind and try and get a good run out of the final corner.
Putting a lot of pressure on Brandy, but Brandy's tearing none of it.
Sims is all over him here.
Brandy's low downforce setups help him a lot here.
Oh yeah. Sims is in rich. He's going to get the move done again. He's going to have to.
He makes the apex.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
He's blocked off the pushback, so that's helped him.
Brandy
With a low downforce, he might.
No, Brandy thinks better of it. But again, this battle has let Melanie and CK catch up to Brandy.
Okay.
So let's go back on board with the top 3.
I'll keep my eyes on the battle between 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, which will more or less be 6th, 7th and 8th. And Sims disappears into this.
He's already pulled out 7 tenths already.
Gap stuck around 5 tenths between the top 3. All these guys, they aren't really. Maybe they're waiting until the end. Maybe Reynolds and Silent Mole are waiting until Ted's tyres are at the brink of the puncture.
I was going to say, I'd say lap 27 and 28 we are heading into puncture territory. So, interesting to give us. Sims has already pulled out over a second on Brandy since making that move earlier in lap 25. Oh no, it's dropped down to 8 tenths, he's catching it. My apologies. This Reynolds is starting to get a little bit closer to
it's getting close, yeah.
Ted here. Reynolds has dropped off a little bit. Mole has dropped off a little bit from Reynolds. Looks like Reynolds is about to play his hand here. He's really close to him here. Can he? I don't think this straight sadly this back straight just isn't quite long enough.
Yeah, you wish
to get the move done.
Don't you?
Yeah. So, as I see the battle for P6 is starting to heat up. as Melanie is half a second behind Brandy and LK, another further half a second back from them. So we've got a
Been watching
couple
in the
of
high speed stuff.
three-way
Sorry,
battles. Oh, Ted's pitted. Ted has pit. He must have been worried about his tyres going. So that is him.
No, it must have been at least 80%.
Yeah. But we know, like we said, it is in puncture territory now. Who is willing to risk it? As he goes on to Supersoft, he's going to be absolutely rapid now for these last 3 laps. He can just push it. Where's he going to come out? He's come
Well,
out.
Sims is now up to 4th.
Whatever happens, Sims is my driver of the day. Started in 16th, up to P4.
Well, it's basically last of 4th at the moment.
Yeah.
He hasn't really gained anything on the chalk.
No.
The fight Ted's going to be in this battle for 5th now.
Yeah,
in a lap or so.
Yeah.
Just watching sort of IK and how much understeer they're getting through the S section. It's crazy how little grip they've got. But it's providing some awesome entertainment in tonight's race.
It was interesting that obviously Ted pitted. Totally didn't expect that. Silent Mole is all over the back of Reynolds here. Reynolds, as he loses the back end out of the penultimate corner. The tyres are well and truly dying right now. They're going off the cliff. Are these guys going to pit? Of course they're not.
No.
They want.
It would be stupid of them to pit now.
They're going to risk that puncture.
They're risking it.
They're risking the
Melanie
puncture.
and Brandy are side by side going to the final corner.
Melanie squeezes, there's no gap there at all. And this has helped
And
LK out.
IK's
And look at Feisty Ted.
Oh, we're that 3 wide, I think.
LK goes defensive.
He's saying IK. It's LK.
It's LK.
Oh, LK's got massive deep bits to hit Melanie.
Oh, no.
That is disastrous.
He gets a 5 second stop go. And Feisty Ted is now up into 5th after that pit stop, so he's not lost out too much.
That was
Question
crazy.
is,
He's just waiting the fighty tech because they got all 3 places.
he just had to sit back and watch them two. Those guys scrap it out.
This way you might even get Sims.
Yeah, it could do. Got a lap, probably a lap and a half to go. Maybe it might be a bit too much of an ask. Still 2.7 behind. As Reynolds is defending for his life. He wants this win from Silent Mole.
Going into the last lap.
Leopard on his sunbed somewhere will be cheering on Reynolds like no tomorrow. Obviously, means less points gained for Silent Mole in the championship. A little bit of a lag incident there again. I don't know whether that was the stream or not, but Silent Mole goes for the move.
Inside.
Oh, he dives it. That was a lovely late. I'm sorry, but that was a lovely late ball.
Back as well. But Reynolds has got a good run. Will he make a move into turn 4? He looks to the outside, thinks of it, but similar to the battle between Hamilton and Rosberg in 2014, the outside's got no chance.
Yeah.
And
We're on
Reynolds
the last lap.
Oh,
That's it.
Is that a punter? Is that a punter?
That is. That's a right rear puncture. That is. Is it? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. My apologies.
Oh, I think he just lost it. I think he just dropped it. Or it's in front left.
No.
We can't tell.
We can't tell. It doesn't look like he's still going through the gears.
Yeah, looks okay.
Oh,
Right.
Feisty Ted's going to be
Sure.
right on the back of Sims here. Sorry. A Silent Mole is going to come through.
Reynolds, but not enough.
Silent Mole's going to come through for the victory. For a long time of the race, he was in 3rd. Sorry, Feisty Ted is all over the back of Sims here. I can see from the timings. He's going to let Silent Mole come across the line as he wins the Bahrain Grand Prix and goes top of the championship standings. Reynolds comes home for second, Jork for third. Sims has, what a drive from Sims, kept himself out of trouble, last to fourth, unbelievable.
Run to the line between Melanie and Brandy. It looks like Brandy's got it.
Yep. LK crosses the line for 8th. So we'll CK.
And has a stop go to has a stop go to serve as well. But I don't think he's going to lose any more positions.
No,
Maybe a post-race penalty though.
Yeah, CK was far enough back, so he's going to cross the line for 9th. And Jiggly.
That's a good result for CK.
Yeah, that's a solid couple of points.
Although I think he was the last guy out of everyone who A, did a one stop, and B, not got caught up in any incidents either.
Yeah.
But still, very good result. Yeah, I'll still give definitely driver of the day to Sims there.
Yeah.
That was
Gotta be Sims.
race.
For me as well, brilliant from him, starting last on the grid, getting a solid 12 points in the championship. Right, there we go, as we watch the I'll go on board with the final standings as they load up. We're going to do some post-race interviews, so if you want to have a think of any questions you would like to ask the top 3, Hayden. So, your race winner for round 2 of the F1 League Season 7 season is Silent Mole. That win takes him to the top of the driver's standings, with Leopard being away and Feisty's Head being down in 5th. Then we have a really solid performance from Reynolds in 2nd. And then Jork with another equally as good a performance in 3rd. Sims, our driver of the day, in 4th. Feisty in 5th. Brandy in 6th. Melanie in 7th. LK in 8th. CK in 9th. And Jigglypuff rounding out the points in 10th. And then the other finishers, we have Jurassic Inferno, Amazement, and I think Cameron in 13th. I don't know whether he left or not.
No, he did finish.
Overall, cracking race. Plenty of action up and down the field. As Leopard has actually sent me a message from the Xbox.
Of course he's watched this.
He's laughing because I said sunbed. He's obviously watched the race because I said he's on a sunbed somewhere. Alright, let's be invited.
He's got a sixth sense of knowing when races are on.
He loves it.
Or he just remembers when race times are on.
I thought he might be watching it. Right, let's invite him. Let's invite Silent Mole. Invite them two in. I haven't got EVR Reynolds on my thing. I'll go on here actually. Gamer card. Add friend. Submit. Come on. Right, include your audio, lads.
Yeet.
Just wait for Taylor to join.
Did you vote Taylor?
Yeah, he's in.
There he is.
Right. So, Hayden, where do you want to begin?
Wait, I'm doing this?
Right.
Oh, rip.
We'll start with our third position, Jordan. Obviously started a little bit down the grid, but managed to keep yourself out of trouble, and then with Feisty Ted Pit in the end, got yourself a really, really good podium there. How do you feel your race went?
I'm so happy that you have no idea, because in practice I just felt so slow. In quality I was slow, and getting 10th in quality is probably the worst thing you can do, is you have to start on your horrible one supers. You got people behind you on soft. So I thought, it's not going to be, I'm going to have to just settle as like 8th or something in this race. I got some luck at turn one because I don't know what the hell happened, but I think I was fifth after turn one, so stayed out of trouble. And then after that, it was a pretty boring race, but the pace was pretty good. I mean, it was quick enough to stay ahead of everyone else, but the front three. So yeah, I couldn't have gone any better than that really. Third.
Yeah,
Quite happy with
really
that.
good, really good, solid
Double
points for
podium
you.
for Cyber as well.
Yeah, I think that means, well, you definitely will be ahead in the constructors now after that finish. So well done, very good race from yourself. So Taylor, talk to us about that race. Really good battle that you and Luke had, literally all race long. How was that race for you? Yeah, I was gonna say, we obviously, when Luke made the move on you into turn 4, we thought you'd actually got a puncture coming through the S's, and we were trying to work out whether you got a puncture or not. But it just looked like you'd just lost the back end a little bit. But a really good result for you, and so well done. Right, Senate Mole, Luke, how are we doing?
Yeah, very happy.
Very happy. So you obviously now leading the championship with our obviously Leopard not being here. He has watched the race because he sent me a message saying, because I said he would, I sent him I said in the chat that he's on a sunbed somewhere. So but obviously leading championship, good race from you. Obviously you were stuck behind Ted and Taylor for quite a lot of that race, but you were very patient, and obviously you picked your moment with a brilliant late move into turn 1 there on the penultimate lap. So talk us through your race.
Well, yeah, qualifying was okay. Third, I mean, I could have done a bit better, but I can't really complain too much. And then, yeah, I was just behind the front two, really. I didn't have the pace to overtake and push on. Me and Ted got out for a little bit, which cost us a bit of time. But then Ted got on lap 8. I wanted to pit on lap 10, but with his pitting so early, I couldn't really. We'd lost too much time. That's why we were struggling at the end, and then he pit, and then I knew I had a bit better tyre than Taylor at the end, so I someone up the inside he couldn't really defend, and yeah, managed to hold on, crawl to the line, but yeah, very happy. That's my third win in a row at Bahrain, so that's a good track.
That's obviously last season. This is where you started your campaign to the championship, so hopefully with a win here it can push you on to maybe another title this season. Obviously you gained obviously a lot of all of you have gained points on obviously Leopard, who wasn't here this week, which could be crucial come towards the end of the season with him having to play a bit of catch up. So good that you've got the points on the board.
Yeah, I think we're very close. And obviously Ted has great pace, but he's struggled with tyre yesterday, and Taylor's been up there on the first two as well, so should be a good battle of the season, I think.
What I will say is, Taylor, I'm going to congratulate you on actually not getting a penalty. I said to Hayden he's bound to get a penalty, but no, clean as a whistle. So congratulations on that. Well done. But well done, boys. Really good race. Really good battles. All
Cracking
race.
race.
So yeah, well done. Brilliant to watch, and we'll see you all in China next week. So thanks guys for watching, and obviously like I said, we'll see you all next week for round 3 from China. Good night.